you kind of connected the dots. I mean, we were there to kind of assess you and then make you understand like, okay, what areas you need to maybe focus on strengthening and how to strengthen it correctly or properly. Now, you connected the dots like your hip and your core instability and how that kind of made your shoulder worse throughout the years. Explain that now going through college and then even in your pro ball career, what led to you saying, I need to get this surgery again and let's go from there.
Yeah, as an athlete, you're you're not really looking to rebuild a foundation. It's kind of like every time I would get hurt, I would go to the orthopedic office. They'd be like, okay, this is your injury. Let's get you into surgery. Let's get you on this rehab program, and then we'll get you out playing.
Mhm.
And for me, I'm like, okay, that's great. Like every time I'm getting hurt, I'm like, all I have to do is hop on the table. We'll get good. Like take some painkillers. I'll go see Andrew then for 2 months and let's go play. But like now looking back on it, it doesn't work like that. It's like the time that they give you, the sessions that they give me with you guys, like that's not even enough
Mhm.
to cover what's being done on the field throughout a season or like your entire career. It's just not nearly enough time. And that's something that I wish I had known back then. Cause yeah, like I would leave the training room, I would leave your guys' place going to my season thinking that I'm 100%. I'm like, I just have to go in there, do the mobs, like I'll do the ball drops and I'm good to go. But yeah, without learning how to actually like position myself and stabilize, and putting the time in, because it's not about doing the exercises that you're giving me when I'm with you. Is I got to take them home
Mhm.
and I got to get them done at night and I got to figure out how to get a chin tuck in with the pelvic tilt and get all of that together. And it was just something I learned a little too late, but I am just fortunate that I did learn it at all.
And there's so many good things that you shared there, and it's through the years and the accumulation of all of the experiences that you've had through the rehab process. But really learning how all of these connections and what you kind of really said there is that you need to take all of the exercises and that understanding of your body to make sure that you continue that road to strengthen more, continue that road to maintain your function throughout the season. And that's something that for all athletes, I think when we're at the prime or the height of your career, when everything is going well, it kind of gets put on the back burner for a little bit because everything's going so well. It's like, I don't need to do all of this. And you're just trying to do more and more and more. But for me, I get to see a lot of the athletes. Obviously, the earlier that we learn this, even for myself personally, the earlier that I learn more about how I need to take care of my body, the better off you are because now you have more experience as to like how your body's going to respond to certain things and what you need to do to keep it functioning at the optimal capacity. So, I mean, just you saying all of that, it really speaks volumes and it's hopefully it can help even one athlete listening to this like, hey, let me take care of my body so that I can play for a long time. But even beyond that, what you kind of shared was that you're so glad that you learned it even now because a lot of athletes, we get so beat up putting ourselves and our body through all of the demands of sport that we kind of forget about the future. Like sports, it is a big part of your life. Don't get me wrong. And it's a great part of your life too, but it's only a section of your life. And most athletes, unless you're in sports that you can play for a really long time, most athletes, there is a time frame and a duration that you are going to play at that competitive level. And you don't want to beat your body up so much that you can't enjoy time with your kids or your grandkids or doing the things to take care of yourself when you're 40s, 50s, 60s. So even for you, just taking care of your body now, understanding how you need to move properly, doing all of those things for everyone out there, no matter if you're an athlete or not, it's very important that you do this at some point in your life so that you can actually live the lifestyle that you want without all of these aches, pains, ailments, and whatever comes with not taking care of your body. So, anything that you want to share about that?
Yeah, that's huge. As an athlete, it's really hard to see past the goal of you making it to the top of whatever sport that you're at.
Mhm.
So wherever, like whether you're a soccer player in high school or you are in the minor leagues on that grind, all you really see is like, how do I be the best soccer player? It's like, how am I going to get that trophy? How do I get paid? But really, it's once that point hits, yeah, like you have the rest of your life. And even if you don't see it at the time, being able to share your sport with your children one day is going to be just as important, if not more meaningful. And thinking about longevity is just something I think luckily today that's not being so overlooked. I think it, with information being everything being so available, I think athletes are taking a lot better care of their bodies now. But at the same time, there are places where I'm seeing where I'm like, they're still not getting it in, and like especially at a young age, it's almost like there's got to be ways where we can implement things not just to take care of us once we break down, but like being able to buy in at an early age so you never have to deal with that is just as a productive solution. Totally wish I would have went that route.
A lot of it too is just education. Teaching the kids if it's a part of their program, their training regimen at a young age, like you said, it's something that they're going to take with them and it's going to stick because they're not going to know any other different way. But if it's neglected, then that's going to stick too. They're not going to take care of themselves and everything.